What's up, YouTube? I don't talk like that. Hello, YouTube. It's me. No. I don't get up like that. I don't act like that. I don't act like that. That ain't me. What's he seen? That's too much. I paint a little too much on it. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel. English? You think it's Jeffrey? Welcome to my YouTube. Welcome to Stories with Stevo Gaming. I'm your host, Stevo. I'm taking my channel. Boom! That's it. I'm cut. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Why did I start this channel? Well, I started this channel because in Trinidad and Tobago, I don't think that we have any structure to gaming in Trinidad and Tobago in terms of hosting tournaments, hosting events, the host Esports League. I want to create an entire Esports League for the Caribbean with proper structures where we could compete with the rest of gamers in the world. And I don't think that Trinidad and Tobago has that. The reason why I'm now starting to record YouTube videos is because of lighting. I didn't have any lights, and that meant that my videos were looking really crappy. So I went out and I got myself some lights, and hopefully you all could see the difference in the quality of the image. I hope you all appreciate it. To come into the country, these lights were not cheap. They actually cost it cost like $600 to clear. Yeah, thank you, Trinidad and Tobago Customs Authority. And online they weren't really that expensive. These are photography lights, 3-point lighting setup. I will leave the link in my description. I need some lights in order to do the videos and make the video quality better. Our first tournament. How was our first tournament? I think our first tournament was good. It could have been a lot better, but it was good. We had a lot of hiccups. Our first tournament was a week back. We actually played StarCraft, Halo, Unreal Tournament 2004, and Need for Speed Underground 2. So we had 6 participants come in on 6 computers and play each other in all of the 4 games mentioned, and we tally the points at the end. Shout out to Hot Tep Domination, who actually came first in our first event. We actually have a picture of him getting his prize. I'd also like to thank everybody who came out and supported the event, from our corporate sponsors to the actual participants. Thank you very much. Our first event taught me a lot of lessons about holding and hosting tournaments in Trinidad and Tobago. The first thing was
Preparation.
Another
thing that I learned was
we actually decided to have the tournament in August, and the tournament was being held in October. That sounds like a lot of time, but working full time and coming home to prepare for the event, it's not a lot of time. You're basically just giving the event your weekends and the little time that you have on evenings. So we actually used some old Dell Optiplex machines that we had, me and my bedroom, and we tested the machines. The machines seemed to be running the game, and then a couple of days before the event, when we actually went into more extensive testing, we ran Need for Speed, and we realized that Need for Speed wasn't running. It was running, but you could have only done one game on it. And then after, the graphics card, the built-in graphics card, began to have some issues with the game. So we actually lowered the operating system from Windows 10 to Windows 7, because Windows 7 actually uses less processors than Windows 10. So the game actually was running smoother on Windows 7. However, we still got the problem with the graphics card overloading, and then it would overload, go to a blue screen, and then when we researched the blue screen error, we realized it was a graphics card issue. And that was a few days before the event. So we had like about 6 or 7 machines that we couldn't use. So we actually had to use our own person, not to over cater, because I actually over catered for the event. We had lots of food and drinks and snacks remaining after the event. It's a very thin line between under catering and over catering, because you don't want people to come to the event and then leave hungry, but then you don't want to, as a business, you don't want to overspend money that could have been allocated to other stuff. So at least for this event, I know how to cater better for smaller numbers, what to buy, what not to buy, where to go, where not to go. We actually had to go looking around Trinidad and Tobago for some reasonable price, because you could go and buy a good somewhere that is convenient, but it may not always be in the interest of the business. And then also you don't want to go too out of your way, so it doesn't make sense I'm from the north. It doesn't make sense I taking my car going down south and buying stocks to come back up the road, and then I'm paying the difference that I saved with the stocks, I end up paying in gas. That doesn't make sense. So we did some looking around within our general area for where has the lowest prices, but still had the items that we wanted. So that was another lesson learned. Do all your purchases early. Like if you need to get items for the event, because a lot of businesses have a rush fee, and if it's an item for them to produce for your event, they most likely would need like a week in advance notice. We had IDs for our event, and when I went to make the order for the IDs, they told me that the IDs would take 3 days to make, which when talking to the woman on the phone, she didn't mention that before, because I called like a month in advance to find out how much the IDs would cost. So the original cost of the IDs actually went up by like $150, because we had to cater for their rush fee, which originally we didn't cater for. So another thing is, like, if you need to get items made, like trophies, medals, IDs, anything that you need to get made, make sure and get those things made early, so to avoid paying extra fees or additional fees that would again hurt you financially. Another thing, another one. Another thing that we learned is make sure that everybody prepares for the event, because when having an event, when someone drops out, it can severely alter the running of the event. That actually happened to us, where someone dropped out like a day before the event, and the entire structure, we had to change around the entire structure. It affected the catering, because now we had an extra spot but less income, and we had extra food and less income and all of these things. So I would say that make sure that people pay for your event at least 2 to 3 weeks in advance. It may not have to be the full payment, but it could be a down payment, because people tend to give greater value when they already paid for something. So they will mark it off of, okay, I already paid for this, I have to attend this. This is of importance. Whereas if they haven't paid for it as yet, they would say, okay, I can just miss this event because it's not affecting me financially. But you, as the host or the event planner or the event coordinator, it throws you off really, really badly. So I would recommend like a week, 2 weeks in advance, make people at least have a down payment to the event. What else did I learn? What else? What else? What else? What else did I learn? I don't know. What else did you learn? Having an event, if you're using OBS, make sure that the PCs that you're using OBS with are compatible, because OBS takes up some resources, and also OBS tends to give problems with older machines. We learned that the hard way. So make sure that OBS is compatible with your machine, and it's not taking away too many resources from the games that you want to play. I'd just like to give a big shout out to God's Gift Productions, Powerhouse Studio, Pattern Max Limited. I also would leave a link in the description to the person who catered our event. She does like parties, bridal showers, a whole host of events, so you could see her and check out her page and the stuff that she does. We will also have the profiles of those that participated in the event, and I will also be putting up footage of all the participants. Okay, not all the participants, because we actually didn't get all the participants. I'll be putting up footage from my PC of the event, because my PC inevitably was the only PC that recorded. Our next event is the first week in December, so we'll be showing videos planning that event. I will be giving you all updates. I hope to post every Thursday. I will also be streaming every Wednesday. You can check out my Instagram page, our Facebook page, and this is our YouTube page. Peace, 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 and I'm out. Play that dope outro.